Hello and welcome to tonight's show.
Hello and welcome to episode 226 of On the Bench, the podcast for scale modelers, by scale modelers, all about scale models. This episode is being brought to you by our wonderful Patreon supporters, and you too can help support the show. Simply go to www.patreon.com/onthebench and pledge any amount from as little as $1 per month. Each fully paid Patreon supporter gets an OTB sticker and is automatically entered into the Patreon Wheel of Fortune to win a fantastic prize. We're proudly sponsored by the Scale Model Supplies, so let's hear what Scott has to say.
Hi, I'm Scott, the creator and owner of the Scale Modeler Supply, Australia's largest manufacturer of hobby paints. Our premium airbrush-ready acrylic lacquer paints are designed specifically for use on plastics, with a comprehensive range covering all popular modelling subjects including military, aircraft, rail, auto, sci-fi and more. And not only that, but we also have a wide selection of essential hobby tools and now, Infinite Colour, our new range of water-based paints for miniatures. So to check out our range and to find your closest retailer, please visit our website at scalemodeler.com.au. So when quality matters, choose SMS Paints.
And hello and welcome to the show, and in the studio I've got Ian.
G'day Dave, g'day Julian, g'day everyone else out there in modelling world.
Podcast land.
Wow.
Podcast land. Yeah,
I'm glad you moved on from the radio land.
It had to happen.
How are we, gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm good.
Fantastic, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. So we're going to do a recap of what we got up to
Last weekend?
Weekend just gone, yeah. I've already published the show with all the people we spoke to, but we didn't really have a detailed time to decompress while we were there, so I figured that...
Now's a good time as any.
It is. And coming up, we got a fantastic
interview
with Sean Morgan, who built a 1/5 scale
MV Agusta.
Yes.
Cafe racer.
And it's
all scratch built.
All scratch built.
Oh, it blew my mind.
Oh, I can't wait to have a chat to him. It's going to be a really, really interesting segment.
Very humble guy.
It is. So, how was the show for you guys? Let's start with you, Ian.
No, it was all right. No, it was freaking fantastic, mate. It was absolutely awesome. Had a great time.
And we broke a drought, I hear.
Yes, finally won something at Scale ACT.
And what did you win?
I got a bronze for my IJN I-25 submarine.
Yep. A
silver for my little Revel. These are all 1/350 scale. Silver for me U-boat type 7C/41, and got a gold for my World War I Turkish submarine that Mustadea on Bashi.
There you
which
go.
was a big surprise.
Yes.
So GSB for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Finally.
It's been a long drought, hasn't it?
Oh, I've never won anything. So it's good to see.
Is that your first win at
Scale Act? Yep.
Scale Act? Wow.
Yeah, never won anything at Scale Act.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I was quite happy.
Julian, what about you?
So I got a gold for one of my for a sci-fi thing that I threw in to make up the 5 models that you were pushing for.
Now, you really blindsided me. I didn't realise that you had this hidden away that you were going to sort of bring along. I've never seen it before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've thrown up a photo.
I'm pretty sure you have.
Well, in any case, it exists. And I just said, I'd only put it in there to make up the numbers anyway. What I really wanted to win is a gold for my car, but I didn't get anything.
I still reckon it was colour choice.
You reckon?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you entered it was a Jaguar?
D-type?
E-type.
Oh, E-type,
E-type,
sorry.
yeah.
Yep, E-type.
Very different car, the D-type.
Yeah, it is totally different.
But you did it in a grey.
Yes.
I challenge you.
Look, it's a very British of that era car sort of color.
Oh, it is, yes.
You know?
But it's
It very much reflects.
No offense, because you've done a fantastic build on it, but it's a bloody boring color.
Oh, I agree, but that's
and you want something that's going to like pop. So
yeah. Well,
next time, British racing green or a red, or maybe even a yellow.
Maybe, but in any case, it's very much a British color. It really reflects a nice British grey sky, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Sort of car you expect to see in the background of the Sweeney.
Yeah. Well, I challenge you on you saying that it was the colour choice that robbed you.
No, that's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Not Julian saying. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, if it's good, doesn't matter what colour you painted it. Should be.
I mean, like, on one hand, there was a lot of cars. There was two whole tables for masters. Yeah. And I did look at all that. I'm like, wow, that's a huge turnout.
Yeah.
And Scott from SMS always chooses like the really wild colours.
He's a paint guy.
That's right. He's got the best of all worlds.
As I previously may have mentioned, my Tirana build didn't make it. Didn't make it. Yeah.
You ended up being quite disappointed with that.
Yeah. So I did a really, really stunning paint job. Like, everything just went so perfect. It was like a 10 out of 10 paint job.
So for the listeners, the manufacturer and the type of car?
So this is a DDA Models Holden Tirana, which is an Australian car from the 70s. And, it's an all right car. I mean, I actually prefer the later one, but I just didn't buy that kit. Yeah. I prefer. I like those ones, but I got this one.
Yep.
And the thing is, like, when you go to buy these kits, on the cover of the box, it has an image of the model in its bare white plastic.
Oh, grey plastic, yeah.
And it's actually quite difficult to tell, like, what you're getting. Mm-hmm. You know? I mean, like, if you were to get this one or what's the special, like, sort of nice racy car version?
The A9X.
Is it the A9X?
Yes.
Yeah, with the big wide open grille? With the mouth open kind of grill?
You mean the later one or the one that's similar to it?
Similar to it.
Oh, that'd be the LJ. That's one I've got. I've got the LJ.
Oh, in any case, it's sort of like...
You've got the LC.
Yeah, it's LC Tirana. Yeah,
the LJ.
Yeah. So in any case, like, there's like a slightly more sporty version, and then there's the actual sporty version, right?
Yes.
Well, that's the one I thought I was getting, but it turns out I got this one.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't matter anyway, because like both of them have fit issues with the windscreen.
Yes. Yeah, but the thing with DDA though is
they're a die-cast company.
They're a die-cast company, so I'm pretty sure the molds are pretty much copies that they're using to do their die-cast.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty disappointed with it. I mean,
but it's one of those models you're just going to have to scratch build stuff.
If you want it for that kind of a standard, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a lot of DDA models car kits because they had like an Aussie car sort of special category.
Yes.
And you're pretty much the only choice you've got is DDA models, really.
Mm-hmm.
There are some weird resin manufacturers out there.
I had the XB coupe, which ended up in the bin because it was just a piece of garbage.
Yeah. So that, like, you were kind of like dealing with those flaws up against everyone else's flaws, and you can do a lot of things, to fix flaws if it's opaque, but once it's clear like a windscreen, you're kind of out of options.
Yeah, true. What other did you anything else at all? Or?
I think I got a silver for something else.
Focke-Wulf, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Focke-Wulf, yeah.
72nd scale Focke-Wulf.
Yeah, so a long time ago I built a 72nd scale Focke-Wulf from the Edward, and that came out really nice, and it never won anything in the past. So I was like, okay, I'll just throw it in. And got
just to make up the numbers and got silver.
Yeah. I mean, I'll never build something like that ever again. Cause I just don't care anymore about, Luftwaffe aircraft.
Yeah, whoop you do.
In any case, I thought about it because, like, I was sort of comparing, my Jaguar to the Mustang that I had last year that won a lot of stuff. And, obviously I've put in a similar amount of skill and effort into them. But, you sort of start looking at, like, where is the discrepancy in I mean, obviously, there's a difference in maybe the different judges and they see different things, put different priorities on different things. The extra sort of competition might have affected things as well. But also, there's no decals on this one. So on my Mustang, there's like, stripes that run down the side, and I made sure I nailed those stripes to be dead straight.
Yep.
Even when you look at it from the front down the side of it.
Yeah, that's the way you got to do it. Yep.
Yeah, it's dead straight, and I got that really well done. And there just wasn't those sort of opportunities on this car. There's no stripes on a just a street car E-Type.
See, British racing green with a big British flag on the roof.
No, I'm not going to do that. I don't mind the what do you call them? The Morris Minor, whatever they're called. The
Mini.
Oh, the Mini. Yeah, the Mini with the Union Jack on the roof and all that sort of thing. It's not my. But on an E-Type, the only one that comes to mind is that one from Austin Powers.
Yes. Yes, that's all right.
The Jaguar.
The Jaguar, yes.
I'm not going to do that. And I also don't like the convertible version.
Yep.
I don't think it's as good because you need to sort of nail in when you have to present both sides of the glass to the person who's looking at the model. It's harder to square away.
Very true.
I'm not going to deal with that. No, thanks.
What about you, Dave? How'd you go?
I walked away with 3 bronzes.
Well done.
I got a bronze for my Saint Chamond heavy tank in 35th scale.
Which is the Tacom
With
one.
a Tacom one, which I was
Nice.
quite pleased actually.
Mm-hmm.
Got a bronze for my Dongfeng
Oh, yes,
That's a rocket.
rocket, 72nd scale. That's the Chinese version of the V2,
Yep.
which they got a copy from Russia, and then they sort of expanded it, made it bigger.
Yes.
So it's sort of, I want to say about a fifth again larger than the normal V2.
All right.
And my Minuteman 3 got a bronze.
Oh, well
It's
done.
from Shadow 3D in 72nd scale again.
Nice.
So walked away with 3 wins. Which
So-
was...
So anyone make any good purchases?
No, well, yes, I did. So I purchased a new laptop.
Yes, well, that was not something you wanted to buy.
No, I think we might have mentioned the last one, but just to recap. So on the Friday night when I set everything up, I'll tell the full story here. The program I run is GarageBand, and that just refused to open. So Ed and I did a mad dash down to the Apple Store on Friday night or Friday afternoon,
Yep.
and
Stuffed around there for
stuffed
an hour.
around there for an hour, and they looked in and said, "Oh, we'll wipe your computer and reload the latest operating system." And they did that, and then they tried to load GarageBand on it, and
Still no joy.
because apparently the latest operating system, which is Monterey, I want to say, was not compatible with the newest version of GarageBand, and at the Apple Store you can't backdate older programs.
Yeah, otherwise they won't make as much money.
So then I said, "Oh God, what was my options? Well, I'll buy a new one." I said, "Okay, well, what will you give me as a trade-in on this one?" And they said, "Well, it's too old." So perhaps it was time for a new laptop.
Yes.
So $1,600 on a laptop, and so that the only other thing I bought was a book, and
That's
that
right,
was
yes.
on the M113 in Australian service,
60-something.
1975 through to current, I think.
Right.
Or something like that anyway.
It's a thick book anyway.
Yeah, and we interviewed John, who was the
The author.
the author. He was on the previous show. So that was it for me in
Yeah.
purchases. But I know that you two guys purchased quite a bit.
Well, most of the money I spent was not actually at the show.
It's at the pub.
No. I'm not saying that. So I bought one kit, I think it was.
Right.
I bought the Revell Aston Martin DB whatever, the James Bond one.
Yep.
The classic one, not the newer ones. It's a pretty crappy kit. It's crappier than the other Revell stuff that I've bought and built recently because it's, you know how they got the skill level system?
Yeah.
And this is very low because it's designed to have gimmicks like the stupid ejecto seat.
Yep.
and the machine guns.
Machine guns and the
Pop
oil
out.
slick in the back and the
the bulletproof plate that comes out. So I've been puttying up all those sort of things, and puttying takes a long time because you need to wait for it all to shrink down
Correct.
and all that crap.
You've actually started building it already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I glued in the plate in the roof and in the back where the bulletproof metal plate thing comes
I've
out.
only been home a week and you've already started on it.
Well, I mean, it doesn't take much effort to clip 2 pieces off and stick them to the body.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then putty up the gaps.
All right.
Because I know it's going to sit there for a week before I start sanding it.
Fair enough.
So I just like, oh, yep, do it. Throw it in the cupboard or whatever. Yeah, I got a drawer. I put it in, So I'll put it in the drawer. And the same thing with a Celica that I started.
Right.
So we've got I have to sort of plan these builds out in advance because I need 2 car models every year to hold up my end of the bargain for the
Yes.
Interclub.
Yes.
And it's easier if I get that out of the way early rather than have to scramble late.
Mm.
And then we've also are doing a Japanese display this year for DSMC.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps if I build Japanese. I've got plenty of Japanese cars, so it's not a problem. I can just throw them all in. So, but if I'm going to build something, I can just build another Japanese car if I need to.
Yeah, why not?
So I started working on a Celica, and I just got to glue on the wheel arches.
Yeah, but we're talking about what you bought at the show.
Oh, that's right. I am. Yeah, I am.
Slightly
Sorry.
sidetracked.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. That was me coughing because me and Ian picked up a gift from Father Nurgle.
Yeah, I think it was a fair few people picked up that gift from the show.
No, I got nothing.
Yeah, well, that's typical of you. You freak.
That's because he is Father Nurgle.
Yeah. So did you buy any tools, Julian?
I did. I didn't really mean to because I thought I was looking at the tools because there was actually a really good selection of tools, and I thought, I'll just buy another one of those Tamiya tweezers that I love so much because I go through them every couple of years. I buy a new one.
Oh, yeah, you get to the point where the ends of the tweezers are no good anymore, so you got to toss them and get a new pair.
That's right.
Yep.
So that's what I did. I bought one of those, and they also had a little wax from Mr. Hobby. So I've got the one from Tamiya. This is the wax that you put on like a glossy car model after you finish polishing it.
Okay.
Yep.
It really goes the extra mile. I have the one from Tamiya. It's all right. It's pretty good. The wax itself is good, but it's the little cloth that comes with it. It's a bit lackluster, and this one has a better cloth. So I thought, why not? I'm here. I want to spend some money. I'll buy that as well.
Sure.
But the most of the money that I spent over the weekend is actually not at the show. I bought 2 resin conversion kits for Gundam.
Ooh.
And I only own the kit for one of them.
So,
You know how sometimes you buy the aftermarket before you buy the kit because
Yes,
you
I know.
know
Right,
that
okay,
the aftermarket is harder to get than the kit.
Yes,
the kit you
yes.
can get any time.
Yeah.
It's the aftermarket that's
Yeah.
so that's what I did. I bought 2 of those, and even when I get around to them, I'll mention like what they are because who knows. So the one how I've got that big box of the Gundam kit that I bought a while back. One of them's for that, and that's really basic. Like I actually opened it up because the company that sells it to you, they put in a little flyer thing that says, make sure you check that all the parts are in the kit because after 14 days, we're not going to do anything about it. So I did that. I was like, I better do that. I better sit down and match it all to the instructions. So I did. And there's actually not much in there for that one. The other one, there's a ton. There's like 4 times more parts. And I was there for, an hour or so. Just because they're not numbered or anything like a regular model kit. You just sort of got to visually match them up.
Yeah.
It's like spot the difference.
Well, just to circle back, so as I said, I only purchased the one book, and there was a model I had my eye on. It was a Star Trek kit, and I was looking at it all sort of Saturday morning. I was still in such a foul mood from having to buy a new laptop that I wasn't sort of willing to pull the trigger. And then Sunday comes around, and I sort of woke up. Oh, yeah, I think I might go buy that.
It was gone?
Of course, it was gone. Yeah. So that annoys me.
That's a shame.
But Ian, another one, you purchased a whole heap of stuff.
Yeah. Bought some books. I got the latest Pacific Profiles, Night Fighters.
And it was good to see them there at the show.
Yes.
Avon Books.
Admiral Books, yep. Yeah, great bunch of guys. Bought Lincoln's latest 3 copies. Can't remember what they all were. They're like soft cover.
Yep.
Little booklets.
And he's done the one now with the spine down. And what's it called? The
binder.
I bought three of the
second layer flat now.
Yeah, I bought 3 of those.
Yeah. Well done, Link.
Yes, good stuff as
Very
usual.
practical.
Saw our mate Juddo, bought 4 figures.
Here comes the whale.
Some really nice figures. And,
He always has nice stuff.
Yeah, and these ones really grabbed me.
Yeah.
I've also got the...
Is it wishful thinking
What?
when you buy those busts and figures and things from him? Is it wishful thinking like, one day I aspire to do this?
I suppose in a way it could
Because
be.
you just keep churning... You just keep throwing money at the sky.
No,
And,
he does. He does.
And he
hasn't built nothing
yeah,
yet.
You've really built. You haven't finished anything. That's
No,
for
I
sure.
started one. So I've made a start on one. What else I get? A Magic Factory F4U A1. Of course.
Yeah, that's a
Nice
good one
kit.
to get.
I was really impressed with that kit. That was just stunning.
So much in there.
Yeah.
Does that have like the full resin engine and everything as well? 3D
No.
printed engine. So you're going to buy that separately?
I don't really think I need
the
to.
engine in the
looks
kit is
amazing.
really, really detailed.
Yeah, it's
Have you
amazing.
seen the box for it? It's not a box. It's a cylinder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a plastic cylinder type thing.
Oh, I'll have to look
It's
it up.
interesting.
I bought a 135th scale IJN Special Type 4 Katsu, which is like a tracked army duck sort of thing.
Yep.
With a couple of torpedoes on the side, really big bugger for Japanese anyway. And then the one which was a spur of the moment buy because I saw it and just absolutely fell in love with it was the PBJ1J.
Peanut butter jelly.
Yeah, from Hong Kong models. Which those that don't know, it's the navalised version of the B-25 Mitchell.
Yeah.
I like those a lot.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Is it so? It's got the triple color scheme.
I can either go the 3 colour, the white, intermediate blue, and dark sea blue, or I can go all over glossy sea blue.
No, I reckon go the
3 colour scheme.
Yeah, go 3-way.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because the right hand wingtip's been cut off and it's got like a radar pod on there
Cool.
and like underslung rockets under each wing. So yeah,
that is really, really cool.
Yeah, I was looking at it and going, yeah, that's something you just don't see built often, especially
No. I've never seen
in typical
one on the tables.
navy colours too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I've always been a fan. Like, I've seen photos of one flying around.
Yeah, there's
And it's
there's a
so
couple flying around in
striking.
America. Yeah.
It's so striking. It's a real head turner.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a B-25 and it's
Yeah.
got like the tricycle undercarriage, which makes it look cool.
And now Edward's bringing out one as well. The B-25 Strafer, which I definitely got to get my fingers on, which is the same kit, the Hong Kong models kit, but with the solid nose.
Yep.
And a really nice set. I think we've got about 6 or 7 decal options. All of them look pretty cool.
Sport for choice.
Now they're bringing in another P40E dual boxing. The Kitty Hawk. Which got lots of Aussie schemes.
Well.
Well, you'll have another B-25 to turn into a shaky nose.
Nah, because they come with a really big freaking nose, moulded nose weight.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So they took care of it for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's and it's really shaped so it sits up underneath the cockpit, so it's just between
I think
the cockpit and the wheel well.
I've kind of handled your old B-25
Yes.
with the shaky nose.
Yes.
See,
That was the one that we had to fill every
That
gap
thing
with
is-
shotgun pellets.
Here's the thing. So why don't manufacturers, I mean, it doesn't cost much more. Why don't they put the required amount of ballast that you need so it's not a tail sitter in
Well,
with
to me it does.
Excuse me, yes, you're right. To me it does. All other model companies take a leaf out of that page.
Yeah.
Instead of, it just makes it life that much more simpler.
Yep.
Because nothing worse, and we've all fallen that trap. You get that stuck into a build, knowing you got to put weight in there, and you've glued everything together, and all of a sudden you've realised, damn it, I've got to put the nose weight
Or
in.
not enough weight in it.
Or not enough. Yeah, you think you got the right amount of weight till you finish the kit, put it on the table, and watch it go bunk on its bum.
Yep. I like Canberra.
What happened to you, did it?
Well, you built the darn thing. The Canberra.
Everyone built
Oh,
it.
the Canberra bomber, yes.
It's everyone
yes,
built. It's
yes.
still a tail sitter.
Yeah, and there was a lot of weight in the nose. of
I
that
know
too.
there's a lot of weight in the nose. anyway.
But no, it was a great show. Met up with heaps of great people.
I think I'd like to see, and I know that they're working on it, some more additional sort of retailers in there, which would be good.
Mm-hmm.
But they're, geez, I mean, because they moved from this really small sort of basketball place to where they are now at the racetrack,
Thoroughbred Park, yeah.
and they've soaked up all of that area now.
I reckon they could squish more in.
Yeah.
I mean, like it would be more. There would be less paths for people to walk through, but I think that it would be fine.
And I've got an idea. I think where I'm gonna ask to move to next year as well. So,
all right.
Yeah, just to just make life a little bit easy for us when we're recording. Just a little bit quiet.
So away from that huge speaker system. That got annoying after a while.
I swear, after the speaker, you could see people glowing. After the speaker, it's that much sort of wattage going through the air.
Also, there was the room where they had the swap and sell, right?
Yeah.
And that is a building that has like 4 floors, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know what's in those floors, but I mean,
Don't know,
I think there's
but
enough room that they could expand a bit more.
Yeah.
Even if they just squished in like people in the main area.
And as much as those lanyards around the neck that competitors got or entrants got, I think I'd like to see something for the wrist rather than a lanyard, because I saw a couple of close calls on the tables.
Well, I always made sure when I lean over, before I lean over, is I slung the lanyard over
I
my
know,
shoulder.
but you're aware. There were some people there who weren't aware of what they were
What's
doing.
like people with camera straps?
What? No, not with just camp. This is the thing. I've seen it at model shows. It drives me nuts. They lean right in over models to take a photo. Dude, you have a Zoom application on your phone.
Yeah, and your strap's sitting there banging on someone else's kit.
I know. Have a bit of respect
Imagine
for
like
the kits on the
it
table.
goes up underneath the wing of an aircraft,
As you
step back, you're just going to drag that plane over something else.
Well, I was reading some poor guy who Neanderthal leaned over his model, and it must have been a bit of sweat dropped off him onto his model on his car, and it burnt through his polish.
What?
Yes. Luckily, he thinks it happened after, because he still got gold for it, so it must have happened after.
This happened this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and he's got home, he's managed to sort of polish it out okay. But, I mean, it's... To me, that just shows a lack of disrespect of people who are going to the show.
How toxic is his diet then? His own sweat gets through paint.
It wasn't his sweat. It was some random dude.
No,
yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't know. Who knows?
It's just supposed to be sweat, right?
What is he, a xenomorph?
Yeah.
To be fair, the polish that you car guys use is pretty fragile.
It's not the polish. It's the paint.
No. It's not just that. It's the
wax.
The wax.
Wax is just wax.
Yeah, I
wax is
know.
pretty impervious. And not every car modeler puts wax on their model.
Well, I think this guy did because...
He had troubles.
Maybe if had wax, he wouldn't have had troubles.
Dunno,
Especially since wax is hydrophobic, right?
But that's not the point. The point is that some, splore-footed fool leaned
yeah.
over it and with dripped sweat on the model. That's what the issue is.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So I'd like to see him sort of move away from the lanyard and go to maybe a wristband. I think that'd be a lot easier. And perhaps I reckon a bit cheaper as well for him as well.
Yeah. Because the cars aren't worth anything, but the actual plastic holder and the lanyard is what cost them.
Yeah,
that's
so-
why at the end of the show I handed mine in.
Yeah, well, as did I.
Took my card out of it and handed it back.
Yeah. And what am I going to do? Only throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
That's right. So maybe something on the wrist might be a lot better. So yeah, so people out there, but the trouble is the audience we're talking to, listening to the podcasts, are converted and they understand and are respectful when they go around to shows and how they lean over. I think we were seeing people who perhaps, the general public walking in who were, I saw a couple of kids and one was grabbing a tablecloth and sort of reaching forward and going, oh. And I was with Stuart from Black Hat, and he reached over and said, can you control your kids a bit better, please? Which is nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this one kid and he was running around and putting both elbows on the table.
Yeah. But on the flip side of that, I've got to say, this year there was a lot more younger families and a lot more kids coming through than I recall from last year. So kudos to the show organisers for Getting that.
And there were some really good builds in the junior categories
yes.
too. Some marvellous
Yeah, I
builds.
know.
You know, one of my core memories as a child is being taught over and over again,
Don't
touch
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Right? It was drilled into me.
Yep.
And my hands were firmly in my pockets
Yep.
most of the time.
Yeah.
I thought you said don't touch anything.
Look, listen. I'm not going to even address that.
But yeah, you're right. It just comes back to, parents looking after their kids.
Yes.
Having more control.
Anywho.
But besides that, it was an awesome
Yeah,
event.
yeah. So-
Nightlife was great.
Life was awesome.
Actually, I enjoyed it more than previous. Like on
Well, you
other
weren't
ones-
suffering so badly from hay fever this year.
Yes, I also had less drinks probably.
Yeah.
But I had a much better time because I was involved on every night,
Yes.
and I was getting a good feed and not. It's
Mind you, I was getting sick of burgers after a while, so I'm
Oh,
glad the
yeah.
final night we
yeah.
went to Hopscotch.
Yeah, and what did I have there?
A burger.
Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can eat burgers every day.
Yeah.
It probably shows too.
It does show, Dave.
I tell you what, I got into bed on I think the Sunday night, and I thought, am I getting fat now? Because I really felt and then the next day I was alright, but I must have been really bloated because I really felt like a beached whale in bed, And also partly the bed itself because it was a bit squishier than my than I'm used to.
We had such a comfortable bed.
I mean, it was comfy.
Look, my bed was comfortable. What about yours, Dave?
Yeah, mine was super
yours
comfy.
comfortable. Yeah,
I was off to sleep just like, hang on, that.
like that.
Okay,
Yep.
I believe you. I mean, mine was comfy too, but not what I'm used to.
If you guys shared a room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me,
Yeah,
Mike,
I don't share rooms.
I don't share
I have my
rooms
own
either.
room.
Yeah,
mate.
same here.
Yeah, but you have a problem sleeping,
Yeah, I know.
so you need it.
Yeah.
You need the silence.
I need
And
silence.
I snore, so I don't want to impose myself on anybody else.
I remember
so-
we were in Queensland one year. I couldn't get any sleep one night because this bugger was in the room next to me, and you could hear him through the freaking walls.
Wow.
Yeah. So
what
I feel for Michelle.
It might have been somebody on the other side.
No, I'll definitely come from your side.
You think?
Yeah, because that's where the bed. My bed head was on that wall. It was actually vibrating.
Lies! It's all
Lies,
lies.
he says lies. No, it was great. We especially like catching up with people you only see once or twice a year.
Yes.
I was-
and they come from all over.
Yeah,
like
and
WA.
a huge contingent from WA. Great to see the South Australian boys there.
Yep.
Nothing
Queensland.
nothing wrong with the crow eater sort of popping in.
Yeah, Queenslanders, New South Welshmen, Victorians.
The New Zealanders.
Oh, that was a huge Kiwi. And then Katare dropping those two big bombshells.
Not only dropping the two bombshells, but on sale at the show for cash only, $125. You could walk out with
Spitfire.
one of their Spitfires and one of their was it the Messerschmitt as well, or the
I think
Hurricane?
the Messerschmitt. No, the Hurricane's not for sale.
It was a Messerschmitt and the Hurricane. Sorry, idiot! I've said it again. The Messerschmitt and the Spitfire, $125 each cash.
Yeah.
I mean that is a massive discount.
No, our good friend Jody bought a Spitfire.
She did.
I didn't have to do much talking her into it though. She was pretty keen on that.
Yeah, I saw Ben looking at you sideways.
But I was happy because they were also selling the resin exhaust for the Spitfire separately, so
Yeah.
I picked up a set of them.
Which is interesting because it doesn't need it. The kit doesn't need it.
No, it doesn't
from
need it,
what
but it
I've
just
seen.
adds that little bit extra because they're a bit deeper.
Yeah.
But yeah, dropping the bombshell, we're doing the BF 109 E4
Yes.
and the P47 Razorback.
Yeah, the Razorback.
Oh.
That's going to cause some interesting arguments in the P47 community because there's a very strong camp between the bubble top and the Razorback.
Razorback for life.
No, bubble
like
top
'em-
for life.
I like them both, to be honest. I don't have a problem with either of them. And the good thing about the Razorback too is there's some really cool Pacific War schemes.
Yes.
Really
yes.
cool Pacific War
Yes,
schemes.
exactly. Exactly.
They're very different, Not, I mean, like apart from the what you would assume is different between a Razorback and the bubble top, but the bubble top has a flat front windscreen, whereas the Razorback has a V-shaped one.
Yeah.
Did they use the P47D in the Korean War? Did it survive through to that? Because such a great ground attack aircraft, because of that, you could take so much. The engine can take punishment from flak because it had so many stories of it coming back.
They had Mustangs for that, and I think probably the early Sky Raiders.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway,
the original dropping the kitchen sink was done by a Sky Raider in Korea.
Vietnam.
No, that was the toilet.
Ah, yes. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah,
Yes.
They dropped the shitter on the Viet Cong, whereas in Korea they dropped the kitchen sink.
So winding up, because we're going to get up to talk about some mail. Have a look at some listener mail. So I just want to extend our huge thanks to the team at Scale ECT for putting on an awesome show.
Again.
It was really great to be part of it, and we're really sort of happy to promote it as much as we can do our small part in, continue to make the show grow. And it's just fantastic to see them having these problems of, hey, we've really had
getting too successful.
It's getting too successful, and that's what you want. It's great. It's a great problem to have.
Yes.
But hats off to all the guys and girls who behind the scenes did a huge amount of work to pull the show off, because it is a lot of work. And I reckon they did a fantastic job, and they deserve.
And the awards ceremony was the best I've ever been to. And short and sweet.
And they deserve to be recognised for all that hard work. So
definitely
well
agree.
done, everybody.
Yep, congrats.
All right, shall we have a look at some listener mail?
Sounds like a plan, Dave.
Because it's been a short while. There we go. So first of all, D. Christie writes in, "Hey benchers, kicking back raiding the mini bar in the hotel in Braddon. Looking forward to my first time at Scale ACT. Listen to all your shows at least once and really appreciate and look forward to the next one. I've even been inspired to start up a small, broad-ranging local scale modelling group. Well done.
Good on you.
Keep up your awesome work. Looking forward to seeing the Emden builds, demos, and all the mind-blowing builds and displays at the show. I've limited my haul this weekend to half a carry-on suitcase and backpack. I'll let you know how all that goes. Have a great weekend and hope that Julian's hangover isn't too epic. That's cheers from Daz."
I didn't think I had a hangover.
You didn't?
No, I was a bit seedy Sunday morning.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday morning. Yeah, you were hungover Sunday morning.
That's right. I didn't. I was... I had the Powerade.
Yes.
And that's
I remember Sunday morning getting out of bed and then having to use both hands on the side of the bed to steady myself for about a minute before I could continue moving. I'm glad I wasn't driving anywhere that morning. And for the first hour of the show, I stayed to the side, so I was well away from the competition tables. It was a good night that Saturday night.
I did pretty well, actually. I wasn't... yeah, I did very well. Marco Lips writes, "Hi there on the bench. Marco Lips here from the Netherlands. From the Netherlands?
The Nederlander.
Somehow on the bench was under my podcast radar, and I don't really know why. It's a shame, really, because I would have liked to shake hands at SMC this year. Well, we didn't go this year, so,
so you
didn't miss out. But I've found you, and I've been catching up on some episodes from the backlog. You guys really have a nice synergy going when you're all together, and it's very easy to listen to. Today I was listening to episode 222 on staying safe while you build. Great episode, although a couple of topics are like kicking an open door, well, for me at least. It's still good to talk about them and explain what hazards can be. Knock on wood, but I too haven't had a knife accident for a pretty long time. That being said, in my younger years, I had them frequently, putting a blade in my thumb because I was cutting towards it, not from it. Mm-hmm. Haven't we all done that? One time I even put a knife through my fingernail. Oh,
ouch.
Makes your spine tingle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you were also mentioning, I too don't use a round handle blade for those X-Acto ones for the exact reason, as they can roll off and hurt you. I had a couple of small snap-off knives and a scalpel handle with a blade. Maybe that's the key. They just lay flat on your bench and don't roll away. I'd like to add something to the use of respirators and their filters. Some filters have an expiration date or a when used only last a certain amount or they only last a certain amount of time. If I'm not mistaken, my dust filters are only good for 40 hours of use. Same goes for those carbon filters. The ones I had an expiration date of 03/2025. 10 years after the fabrication date. But those filters only last a couple of months once out of the package.
Yep.
There's one topic I missed, to be honest, and that's the fire hazard. I don't know about you guys, but I regularly use thinners, mineral spirits, etc. to thin the paint or to clean the airbrush or normal brushes. I use paper towels and toilet paper drenched or moisturised with chemicals to clean stuff and then throw them away in the bin. Every now and again I use a candle to make a stretch sprue. Nowadays I use a lighter to light the candle, but in the old days I used matches. Can you already guess what happened? Yes, I almost burned down my mum's house when I threw a match in the bin with all the paper towels still off-gassing. I thought I had extinguished it good enough, but it wasn't the case. Luckily, I was thinking pretty fast and extinguished the flames by putting a towel over the bin. Could have gone totally differently. I know it sounds like a stupid thing to do, but it happens to the best of us, I guess. Anyway, thank you for addressing the topic because it's easily overlooked, I think. So keep up the good work and looking forward to episode 225. And what does that say, Ian?
De Groeten uit Nederland.
That's from Marco Lips.
Thank you, Marco.
There you go. I like it with Dutch people, right? 'Cause I can leave it to you to sort of do the pronanciations and everything.
You know, yes, again, a good topic there about fire hazards and so forth. Yes.
I have seen a little fire story.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This is a bit different kind of a fire story, though. So what happened was
this is when you used to be a pyromaniac.
No, this is not me. Some guy on the internet. And so what this guy did, he'd built a few Gundams. And then you know how they have like the very sort of, the gamer PC with all the bloody LED lights and stuff in them.
Yeah.
And he has it up on his bench, and it looks all flashy and stuff. Well, he put the Gundams in there. Right?
Yeah.
We had one sitting down on the bottom.
Right.
And one sitting on top of the video card. Mm-hmm. So the problem is the video game card gets really hot.
Yeah.
Right? And heat rises. and
it melted.
And it melted. And it started a fire. And there's photos of the building with that one apartment on fire.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, it's
really?
it's like a full high rise, like 20-floor tower with like one burnt out apartment in the side of it.
Ouch.
Wow.
You won't be doing that again.
No.
Far out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So let there be a lesson to you, people.
Next one comes from Spencer Talmage. Did I say that right?
Talmage, yeah.
That'll do. Hi, Dave. Apologies it's been so long. We last sent you an email during an interview spot on your show. We promised to send you some photos and some after action on PatCon.
Ah, yes.
And we've been slacking in that regard. So to follow up, I have to report that PatCon 25 was a great time and a great show. We had our largest attendance to date, including over 661 competition models, including quite a few in the juniors category, with 125 display-only models.
Nice.
Attendance reached over 450, and feedback received both during the show and via email solicitations afterwards was overwhelmingly positive.
Excellent.
We have made a few improvements over the previous year that folks had been looking for and that I'm happy about. A very good food truck was on site. Gee, one food truck would have been busy with all those people.
Oh, yeah.
And the museum had overhauled their lighting in the upstairs areas, and we had more tables. I think, though, we might need some next year. Ironically, Mason and I both ended up filling in to help run the raffle, which was not planned. My job was to shout out the winning numbers, which probably ended up taking about an hour across two different sessions. My voice suffered the next day, though it was worth it in the end, as one of those numbers ended up being one of my very own tickets, held by my wife as I was running things. So I gave her some gentle guidance towards a Tamiya 1/72 scale F16 on the table. What is it with Americans and raffles? They're obsessed. I thought we were gamblers, but those guys are next level.
Yeah, especially the model show raffles. They're always big over there.
Don't get in front of don't get between an American and the raffle. You get stampeded.
Yeah, it'd be like standing between a koala and its tree. It ain't going to end well.
Oh, God. Obviously, by this time, you and your listeners will likely be aware of the unfortunate judging issue that occurred this year. We, of course, are taking a hard look at our judging rules and practices and plan to make changes for 2026. That takes time and conversation to sort out, so I have nothing specific to share now, but we'll be happy to do so in the future. We have other improvements unrelated to judging that we want to make, such as audio issues and scheduling and the like. Thank you again for having us on your show last month, and good luck with the Musaru build. So thanks very much, Spencer. And you mentioned the Moosearoo build because I actually wanted to say something about that. I now need to say that I appreciate how hard car models have had it when it comes to good model kits, because most of the kits that they have are really poor.
There you go.
Yeah, look, I mean, the way...
Except like to me, I mean, I know there's that, but by and
to me and
large...
Hasegawa are out the front, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big disparity. There's like a big wide divide between, sort of, Japanese model kits made in recent times, like in the last 10 years. And then you got like this big wide divide with...
The old AMT stuff.
Yeah, all the old stuff on...
Late 60s.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Johan.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The older Japanese kits aren't great either.
Well, the fit issues I've had on this one are just... I mean, yeah.
Yes, and look, it's okay. It's not... It could be worse. There's a similar sort of thing with... Like, we're most familiar with aircraft, right? And it's like if there was just a whole lot of, like, really old, 70s era... 72nd scale kits.
Yeah.
And then only a fairly tiny portion of 90s era kits. And then nothing else.
I remember those days. When all you could get was those Airfix 72nd scale blister pack aircraft, and the interior was basically a pilot on a stick.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this new brand from Japan just came out, the Hasegawa with their...
Hasegawa.
Aswaga, or as we used to call it, because we didn't know how to pronounce it properly. And and like they had detail, and they had instrument panels, they had seats for the pilots, and some of them even had recessed panel lines, which was like mind blowing.
I just want to acknowledge that car model builders have certainly got the rough end of the pineapple when it comes to quality kits.
Yes.
Yeah, but then again, you
And
haven't built any of the good ones.
No, I haven't. I will admit that I haven't. But if you put the same style of kits in front of an aircraft builder or an armour builder or a ship builder, you'd never hear the end of it. So the group of masochists.
Well, you almost have to.
It,
when it comes to armour, you would almost have to like go out of your way to make something particularly bad.
it's like that little Italian thing that I ended up mashing with a hammer. Remember, it was that bad.
Well, that's got a lot of pieces, but I know what you mean.
Was that a Bronco kit?
Yeah.
I think it was a Bronco kit.
Well, you know what? It would be like if a huge, like 50% portion of the market was just made up of those crummy Eastern Europe, 1980s era.
Oh, you mean those models that were made
kits.
out of Bakelite?
Eshy and all that sort of stuff.
Well,
They're not Eastern Europe.
like the kind of stuff
that
Tracy likes to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eastern European crap.
From the old era. Like let's not forget, like they're like mini art and stuff has come a long way, but the older
was it
stuff.
mini art? What was the brand that freaking recently got all that bomb damage in Ukraine? Was that mini art or was that?
No.
It was one of the bigger brands. Pretty much
was.
took out their whole facade.
And good on them for still battling through and still producing stuff and shipping it out. Imagine that shipping, trying to keep your company going
during those. Yeah, and all of a sudden
during a war.
Yeah, and then having your whole front facade go.
Anyway, I digress. Sorry. So let's get back onto listener mail. This one's from John Lees. G'day, benchers. At the recent MMSI show held in Cargo recently, I came across
where?
MMSI held in Chicago.
You
recently.
said cargo.
Yeah, I said Chicago.
No, you said cargo.
You said cargo.
I said Chicago. Bang bang.
Yeah,
I said Chicago.
Yeah.
I'll go back and play the tape back.
No, go on.
At the recent MMSI show held in Chicago recently, I came across the following model ship that I thought you would appreciate. The artist is Declan
Choda.
Choda.
I might mean to say Declan, but it says Delkin.
Delkin.
Really? Oh, yeah, Delkin. Yeah. Sorry, it is Delkin. He's only 21 years old and dabbles in multiple modelling genres. His fantasy painting is off the charts, winning gold at the show. as a kind of lark, and because of his love of the Titanic, he did a 700 scale, 700 scale of HMS Olympic, again winning gold for his efforts. Wow.
Oh.
And it's certainly a beautiful. So the Olympic is done in its wartime camouflage, because obviously she was converted to a troop carrier. And it's the dazzle pattern camouflage, which is absolutely sensational. And he walked out with a gold.
I see why.
So do I.
That is a marvellous build.
And not only that, the rigging, from what we can see from this photo, just looks superb.
Yeah, he's done an awesome job. Well done, Duncan.
Well done indeed. All the best. That's from John Lees in Eglin, Illinois.
Lovely.
Fantastic. And
Illinois.
what?
You said Illinois.
What is wrong with your hearing, dude? I said Illinois.
What's wrong with your hearing? You can't even... You said Illinois.
I did not.
You said...
All right, well, getting back to mine.
Agree to disagree, but...
I have watched the Blues Brothers, and I know exactly how to pronounce it.
I know how to pronounce it. I know you know how to pronounce it, but that's not what you said. You said Illinois.
Oh, God. Okay, so if you want to reach out to us, you can simply send us an email to onthebench64@gmail.com. We love hearing what you've got to say, and we have even more fun reading it out.
Yes.
The Patreon Wheel of Fortune. Let's have a click and a spin, and I think I'm going to do another T-shirt because they seem extremely popular.
Yes.
And people are asking how to get them. Well, at the moment, anyway, get them is by becoming a Patreon member and joining the Wheel of Fortune. And Dave Osborne is the winner of this one. So, Dave, I'll be reaching out to you and organising to get one sent out to you.
Fantastic.
Rightio, I think we'll have a break and then we'll have a chat with Sean.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
All right, back shortly. And on the show today, we are joined by Sean Morgan, who was a tearaway winner at the recent Scale ACT 25 show with his cracker of a build, which was an MV Agusta bike, 1/5 scale, completely scratch built.
Yep.
So, g'day, Sean. How you going?
Hey, how you going? Thank you very much for having me on.
Oh, that's all right,
Really
mate.
appreciate it.
Before we dive into talking about your beautiful scratch-built motorcycle that you did, let's have a bit of who you are and where you are. So, whereabouts are you based at the moment?
I'm in Mildura, Victoria. I'm originally from South Australia. I've moved up here about 16 years ago, and I still call myself a South Australian, but yeah.
Crow eaters.
You get old crow eaters.
Yeah.
And your background in modelling. So when did you first start? What do you normally build?
Well, I started off building just plastic models. I'm an aviation nut first and foremost.
Yep.
I love my aeroplanes, but I've also got a love of not so much. It sounds weird, but not so much plastic motorcycles. I'm a big Jack Brabham fan, and I love 60s and 70s Formula One.
Yeah.
Yep.
Le Mans, all that sort of stuff. I love all that sort of era of car, and I started building a lot of those sort of models. Fairly early in the piece, and I sort of backed off of building the aircraft, and I met a guy. I used to go through Birdwood, South Australia, when I was going to trade school, and I met a guy there who was he was a model maker there called Gary Jeffries, and he became we become really good friends, and he became he was building models there anyway, just in a building there, and was just awestruck by what he was doing, and I wanted to learn more. And he was doing the same sort of stuff that I do now, and he just mentored me, and we become really good friends. And I went from there, and I just sort of put the aircraft modelling aside and just started really focusing on the large scale cars, and that's where the motorcycle stuff sort of came in. And he was sort of building large scale bikes, and just went from there. And it's been really good since.
And you say you've got a trade background?
Yeah, I'm actually a qualified commercial cook by trade. It sounds weird, but
that's not what we were expecting.
I was going to say, fitter, turner, or boiler maker, or tool maker.
Yeah, that's what people say to me. Well, when I tell them what I'm qualified at, they think, well, yeah, that's weird. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway,
that's amazing.
So what? So obviously you said you're interested in like the 50s, 60s, 70s sort of classic Formula One and car racing, and I guess from that also motorcycle racing. What gave you the inspiration to sort of build the MV Agusta?
Well, it's funny. As I was saying about my mentor Gary, when very late in the piece. Gary was living in Birdwood at the time, and I would go up there with him, and he had access to all the exhibits at the National Motor Museum there.
Yep.
All right.
He could just measure up anything he wanted there, because that's what you've got to do when you build these models. And he just said, look, how about we stop playing around with plastic kits and we'll start focusing on, because I was doing that at the time, I was just getting a plastic model, a large scale model, and I was just improving on the parts, just machining bits and pieces for them, and Gary just said to me, look, I think it's time you sort of focused on a full scratch build. So I went with him to the museum, and we looked around at all the bikes, and there was this beautiful little MV Agusta there. It was a very simple little bike. It looked really nice and didn't look overly complex, and he just went through it with me, and we took it outside in the sun and just measured it all up, and we spent probably a few weekends just measuring it over, and we went back to the drawing board. Well, he taught me how to do all that sort of thing, and I just had a drawing program at the time, and I started drawing up all the parts, because that's what you've got to do with these things. You can't just build; you've got to have some sort of a drawing to work from.
So just for the folks at home, so the MV Augusta bike, and it's on our page on your bench, and I'll put it on our main page as well, some pictures. But it's an MV Augusta. It's just a single cylinder. I'm guessing maybe a 250 to 500 cc.
It's a 125.
125. Well, there you go. Okay. It's designed in the classic sort of cafe racer style. And you got to laugh about this. So it's got drum brakes in the front and the rear.
It's showing its age, mate.
You've neglected to mention that this is mostly built out of metal.
Yeah.
Yep.
So no 3D printing or anything.
No 3D printing. I'm not a fan of. Don't get me wrong. That's the way things are now. I'm not a fan of. It's been suggested to me many times. Why don't you just 3D print? No, I don't want to do that. I enjoy the design work. I enjoy just using my hands and just crafting something out of metal. Getting a file out, getting a hacksaw out, just getting on the lathe and turning the part out and just creating my own parts. That's where I get my my real just get my real enjoyment.
So you say you start with obviously getting all the measurements and everything. What sort of defines what scale you're going to build it in? Because you got a choice. You can go for 1/16, you go 1/4, but you've landed on 1/5 scale.
Yeah, well that was purely because, and this sounds really funny too, because it was decided purely on the fact that I couldn't find, at the time I started building this bike. This is like this was like nearly 30 years ago now that I started this project, and it was put on the back burner. But back then, there was nothing real. Like 3D printing didn't exist back then.
Yeah, that's right.
Photo etch was fairly primitive. You know, it wasn't real. I mean, I suppose it was around, but it wasn't. You know, it's just back in those days, you just didn't have all the aftermarket parts and bits and pieces that you can get today. And cut a long story short, I was sort of looking at how I was going to do the chain, and it was just a little bit too much to try and make all those individual chain links myself. So we found Gary and myself. Gary always helped me a lot with trying to find and source parts. He didn't help build the parts. I did them all myself. But we found this chain. It's Japanese photocopier chain from Nikon. It was I think it was Nikon at the time. And we brought this chain. It was pretty expensive, but when I got it in my hands, I looked at it and I thought, well, we sort of scaled the model purely based on the diameter of the chain. So, yeah, because the only thing on that whole bike, I probably should emphasise, the only thing on that whole bike is the chain that I didn't make myself. Everything else is scratch built myself. So it was just based purely on just the diameter of the chain. So that's where I sort of, I didn't want to build it to. I didn't want to build to 1/6 scale because to me I do 1/6 scale bikes. I wanted to be sort of what was the word, individual. Just I wanted to do something myself, not something that when people look at it, they'll say, "Oh, he's used tyres off of a motorcycle, or he's used this off of a plastic model." You know, it's a different scale, and it's just it's separate from everything else. So that was another reason too.
Well, while we're talking about the tyres, and how did you actually find a tyre in 1/5 scale, or how did you do this tyre itself?
Well, that's just a sheet of 5mm acrylic, acrylic sheet, just plastic acrylic sheet, and I've put three layers. I've glued them together with using acrylic glue, and just cut the diameter out on my bandsaw, and just put it in the lathe and just turned up the diameter and profiled it, just using files. And then the tyre grooves are just milled with my milling cutter and my dividing head on my lathe. It's a very slow, painstaking process, but yeah, and it's just, I only made the one one tyre, and then I've cast the other one in resin.
So
I thought they were rubber.
Yeah,
they're not rubber.
They were rubber.
Yeah, but I mean, if I do another bike, I'm going to do that. I'll do the same. It'll be the same process. Just I will cast them. I'll make them out of cast them in rubber. Yeah.
Yep.
So your interesting sort of process, casting it in rubber. In your man cave, obviously you've got all the equipment that you need. You mentioned the lathe and the mill. That's stuff you just collected along the way.
Yeah. Yep. That's, once again, Gary helped me a lot with that. With choosing the right lathe. I've got a very small jeweler's lathe.
Is it one of those Proxen ones?
No, it's Emco.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very nice little lathe. Very hard to get parts for now, but a lot of my equipment is getting a little bit outdated, and I'm going to try and update things a bit. But then I also went. It's a little Emco. Yeah, I was just telling you about the small jeweler's lathe. It's a little Emco lathe. And then I updated. Well, I've still got the little jeweler's lathe, but then I needed something a little bit bigger for turning bigger parts. And then I brought another Emco, but it's got a 1/2 meter bed on it, and it's got for those that understand engineering, it's got a 1/2 meter bed on it, and it's got a 70mm turning circle off the chuck. So that gives me a 70mm turning diameter just for machining.
Oh yeah.
And the wheels on the bike are pretty much that's pretty much the diameter I can turn to. So I need to probably look at getting myself a bigger lathe down the track.
Or go smaller scale in the bikes that you build.
I like big scale. I like small scale too, but I like bigger scale. It's got more presence.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Also, there's more opportunities to really drill into the details, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. It's much easier to work on the parts too.
Oh,
I
would
really
be.
appreciate small scale stuff. I mean, there's guys out there that do these little 43rd scale cars, and they're doing the same level of detail as what I'm doing in the large scale. You know, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Those guys I take my hat off to.
So how'd you get like the? I'm looking at the seat, the ducktail at the end of the seat there. How did you manufacture that?
That's just it sounds really simple, but it's all it is just MDF. It's just carved MDF, and I've put a sealer over it, and just kept putting coats of primer over it, and then I've just painted in the colour, in the finished colour.
Did you have a form that you took off the full size one to scale that down so you got the ducktail in the right shape and everything, or you just did it by eye?
Yeah, no, that's actually another story again. The bike that I was originally measuring up was just a street bike. It wasn't actually a racer like I'm doing now. And I had it's another story on its own. I was fairly early in the piece. I was sort of asked to build a finished model for a company in America called Fine Art Models.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether I'm allowed to mention names.
Yeah, sure.
But
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, he's now passed on. His name's Gary Coase, and he commissioned me to build this bike. And he wanted me to build a racing bike. He didn't want me to build a road bike, and that's where all this started from. So I didn't actually use any measurements from a real bike as such to finish off, like with the seat and everything else. That, like I said, the original plan was to build a street bike, but I went with this racer. But I never had anything to work from. All I had was just drawings and just photos and a little bit of inspiration. And it's not actually based on a real bike. It's the bike itself. It's an MV Agusta 125 GTLS, but it's just a cafe racer.
Yeah. And traditionally, the guys who built cafe racers, they'd just get clip-ons, handlebars, they'd pull parts wherever they could. So any true cafe racer, it's only really got the frame, the petrol tank, and the engine as sort of the original parts anyway.
Yeah, that's right, and that's all I've done because that was just in the end. It was. My mentor, Gary, he only just passed away recently last year, and I was just devastated by the news. And I thought, well, this bike wasn't finished at the time. And I thought, I've got to get this thing done now as a tribute to Gary. So that's where it all came from. And I just finished it, but I didn't, like I said, I didn't work off of any, it was just something in my head that I had. It was just something I wanted to do in my own head. So I worked off of that and just went with that.
The petrol tank. So you mentioned the ducktails MDF. We thought it was all metal, but we were wrong. The petrol tank was done in a similar process, or
the petrol tank was done in MDF.
Right.
But then over a period of time, like I said, it was nearly 30 years that I started the project.
It goes that far back.
Yeah, it does. It goes back a fair way. But like I said, I put it on the shelf for Doom for quite a while, and I pulled it back down, and I thought I'd better start working on it. But the tank itself really sort of hold out too well over that time, so I cleaned it all up the best I could, and then I've resin cast it. So that resin, But I'm gonna, when I do my next bike, I'm gonna do that one in metal. I've got a lot bigger plans now to sort of, I want to try and do things a bit better than the way I've done things this time around.
And of course, as the years have gone by, your skills have picked up in different areas as well, so you can tackle things using a different process.
Yeah, that's right.
You had at Scale ACT, and we should also mention this picked up some awards at Scale AC 2025.
Yep. Well, the other models that I had there.
No. Your cycle. It won some awards.
Oh yeah. It got best open in that category, and I got a gold and several little tokens, which from different people, including yourselves.
Yeah,
which I'm really
we dropped off one of our poker chips.
I couldn't resist.
We were sitting down, and then he sort of grabbed by the sleeve. Dave, going to come and see this. I said, I'll be having it. No, they're going to come see it now, and dragged me across there.
Oh, I had to. Yeah. I just blew
know
me
you're
away.
Dave, I know you're not real keen on cars and bikes and things, but yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm actually keen on bikes. I rode motorcycles for a very long time, road bikes, so I am keen on bikes.
Okay.
And I've actually built a motorcycle. I built a German Zundup many years ago.
Yeah.
The Tamiya 135 scale one.
Yeah, I haven't built.
That's not really building a motorcycle kit.
Well, it is, and I haven't built anything since motorcycle wise. So, yeah, I certainly do appreciate motorcycle. I used to ride, BMWs and Hondas and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
What gets me about this build though is the little. Sorry, I'll start again. How did you create your brake levers? Like it's all these little details. They're all hand scratch.
I've actually what I'm going to do, if it's okay, I'm going to put some photos up on your bench page, and I'll put photos up there of the processes.
Yes, please.
How I did the stuff. But they're hand shaped out of brass. This is everything is all the plated stuff you see there in which is nickel plated.
Mm-hmm.
That's all brass underneath, and everything's hand shaped and hand carved.
Seriously, wow.
Yeah, which I've got some photos there. I'll put them up and I'll show you. Yeah, that's hand shaped out of brass. I just basically just cut a piece out of on my scroll saw. You just rough cut the design out, and then I just mounted in a little chuck and then started filing. It's the best way to do it. Just jeweler's files, sandpaper, and just get the shape you want, and then polish it. And then I've nickel plated it at the end.
That's incredible.
So I'm not too unfamiliar with these sort of large scale bikes. I've followed a few people that, even though I don't build bikes myself, I do follow a few people who do build large scale bikes. What was it one? There's Kenji's Plastic Models on YouTube. He does some really impressive stuff. And Peter Buckingham on Facebook. I've seen him do similar sort of things. Would I be correct to say that the brakes are probably one of the more complicated bits on this build because of the air duct that cools them off? Yep.
They were just a machine disc. Just a basic machine disc, and once again, I'll put some photos up on the page. And then, for example, with the front brake there, the ducting and everything, you'll see that they're all individual parts. So it's just a machine profile, and then I've milled out like you make a cut, and then you put a piece in and solder it into place.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is hand soldered in. You'll see that on the photos. If you've got a keen eye, which you obviously have, you'll see that where the soldering marks are there, and you'll be able to tell.
I think you're pretty good at covering your tracks.
Yeah, it looks like one piece.
You're not wrong.
I mean, I'm sure if we were both standing in front of the model in person, you'd be able to, get out your pointy stick and go, right here, can you see it? Oh, yeah.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It is absolutely stunning, and I just can't stop looking at it.
Yeah. Thank you.
I was the same over the weekend.
It got a really good reaction. I'm just a bit disappointed that I would love to have. I sort of stood back a little bit. I don't want to sound like I'm being boastful or bragging or anything. It's not that. I wanted to see how people reacted to it, because it's not it's not your normal like your normal model. It's
no.
As you know, and I just wanted to see how people reacted to it. But I didn't want to sort of go forwards and start telling people how I did everything. But, there's a lot of people,
I mean,
you did have your little photo album, which was a great help.
Yeah, that was my wife's idea, actually.
Yeah,
she said,
smart
put a little
move.
album. Yeah, and I'm glad I did, because it gave people... I noticed a few of not having to go at anybody, but I noticed a few of the judges there were looking at it, or just, the guys from the ACT club that were there looking at it, and a couple of the guys there said, how do we know that that's not 3D printed and this and that? But, and he said he's done I can hear one guy there saying he's done a really good job of painting the 3D and making it look like chrome. And I just wanted to tell people
it's not 3D.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, like once the paint's on it, it looks the part. So how can you know unless you document the entire process?
Yeah.
I mean, if you've done your job well, they shouldn't be able to tell.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. But it's all.
And then obviously you have done your job well because no one could tell.
Yeah. Sean, for the cost of about $40 or $50, you can get a book printed, which would call a brag book, and you can have it all laid out in there with the pictures and everything, how you did it, and just it then travels with the model, so wherever the model is shown, you got the book there. So
and you probably you probably find a few people would ask you for a copy too, so you can make some extra cash on it.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of books that people do buy.
Yeah, those brag books don't cost very much to do. They're only about $50 or $60 on Fishies or something like that. Oh no, you've just Googled doing like. You see advertisements for, don't waste your holiday snaps, put them in a book, and it costs like,
Oh, right. Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
Also, we've mentioned several times on this podcast, KLP Publishing, they do ebooks.
Oh, yeah.
And they tend to focus on a single build, each one of them. So that's very much the kind of thing that he might take an interest in, and I don't know, something could come of it. It's worth doing because I mean I don't think most people at that show would have any. They just they go there, they see plastic models, and they just assume everything's made out of plastic, right?
Yeah,
you've hit the nail on the head there, Julian, because that's exactly what I was sort of thinking at the time. People just don't understand. It's without sounding like I'm bragging, it's not that at all. It's just people don't understand when they see it, they just think it's a plastic model. They don't realise, that.
It's completely scratch built.
Yeah, and it's made in metal, not plastic.
Yeah.
So.
And I guess like for the average punter sort of walking past who perhaps aren't familiar with motorcycles or like I usually use Julian to educate me in cars, and I'm looking at cars because I know what I'm looking at. And perhaps it's part of that. So again, if we circle back to having a brag book when you sort of put it down whenever you take it to whatever show you're going to take it to next. I think that'd sort of
certainly for the public.
For the public. Yeah. But apart from that, you would have got a lot of great comments, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, only after the show because nobody knew who I was.
Exactly. Yeah. I'd ask the amount of people I asked, "Who is this guy? Who is this guy?" It was only the last hour or so that I finally got an answer.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's different. I'm not having a go at the show. It's not that at all. It's a great show. I loved it. But it's just different because a lot of the other shows I've attended, people just know who you are. They know. You can go and talk to people about your model, and but nobody had any idea. So well,
they do. Let's just say they do now.
Yeah.
But that's the same. I mean, at the larger shows, it is hard to sort of zoom in on. I mean, we often sort of walk around and see a fantastic model, and we go, I wonder who built that. And because the show's so large, it's you struggle to sort of track down who the actual builder is, so we can talk to them.
And generally, the models that are the most well known are the ones that are churning out models.
Yeah.
Right, people who turn up once in a long while with their 30-year build, they're going to be the least known. Generally speaking.
Yeah.
Well, you're certainly going to be well known after this.
Yeah, definitely, mate. To put yourself on the map with this.
Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully. I mean, I don't want to oversell just how much reach we have, but we're just a podcast,
Yeah,
you've got a huge, a very broad. What's the word? Broad outreach.
I suppose. I mean, I think if we mention, if we put a spotlight on you and the work that you're doing, word of mouth gets around, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, wait till some of the internationals get
Yeah, I mean,
excited.
I think you could probably take this.
I can think of one international guy who's currently building a large scale bike who'd probably drop his head over this one.
Okay.
Will Patterson.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Will Patterson's currently building the Bruff Superior that from Model Factory Hero that he bought a long time ago.
That he's really disappointed in.
Yeah. So he bought it a long time ago, a number of years ago, and he was very, very disappointed with what he got in the box.
Yeah.
And
I've done a few. I've done a few Model Factory Hero kits myself, and they require a lot of work, and nothing fits. Yeah,
Yeah,
There's a lot of
especially
money.
the amount of money that you have to pay for them.
yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yes.
Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I think you could probably take this model to any
Show.
international level
Yeah.
show
Oh,
and
definitely.
do really, really well, if not win outright.
Yeah.
It's that kind of a build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the kind of like models that get best in show.
Oh, imagine the kudos of getting the European show.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, because it's an Augusta. Yeah.
So if you're planning on going to Europe next year, mate, take it with you.
Well, I'd love to, but financially.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
it's a
true,
big ask
yeah.
for someone who lives in Australia.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
a
I'm not
long
planning
trip.
to go to Europe anytime soon.
Jeez, I tell you what, it'd do so well.
Especially if you talk to an Italian model show.
Oh, the Italians, yes.
They'd probably
yeah.
pick it to pieces, but anyway.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, like with these sort of race bikes, is that there's no two alike, right?
Yeah.
No, that's right. Yeah.
But you
Exactly.
you raised an interesting point there. You said they'd probably pick it apart, and when you're dabbling in sort of scales of the size 1/5, you've got
Yep.
nowhere to hide, have you?
No, that's right. You don't. Exactly right. You've got, there's no room really. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's, it's not perfect, but you've just got to be so careful about how you make your parts and everything. It's when you're on small scale,
You can get away with it, yeah.
yeah, you can hide things, but
Yep.
high scale, it's certainly hard.
Yeah, but that's also the challenge, right? Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
when you're stepping up to this sort of scale, you're signing up for that challenge.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
What else
Exactly.
have you got on your bench at the moment, Sean? What
Well,
what other 30-year projects have you got sitting in the loft?
I'm actually, as I was telling you before, I'm a real Jack Brabham fan.
Yeah.
Anyone that's not familiar with Jack Brabham, they'll soon learn.
I find Australians are the most unfamiliar with Jack Brabham.
What?
People
No
just
way.
don't know, people in Australia don't know who he is. It's all about Peter Brock,
Yep.
Dick Johnson,
Yep.
those sort of guys. But this guy was an absolute legend,
Yes.
and he was the only F1 driver to win 3 world championships in a car of his own manufacture,
Yep.
and he still holds that record to this day. So
And always will, because no one else will come close in this day and age.
No.
No. Yeah. But this is another project that Gary, back in the day, had put me onto. He didn't have any input into this, but he just sort of, it was a suggestion because he knew how keen I was on Brabham. He said, why don't you build a 1/8 scale BT24, which is, if anyone's familiar with the car, it's not a car that Jack was successful in. It was a Denny Holm, his team driver at the time. He won a world championship in it, and it's just a beautiful looking car. I don't know the other car that Jack won the 1966 world championship in was a 1966 BT19, which is on display. I'm not sure where it is now, but it's. Anyway, it's a beautiful looking car, but I think the BT24 is a much nicer looking car, and it wasn't as successful. But I've started building the chassis for that, but I'm going down a different route now. I'm not going to work in. I didn't do the chassis in brass. I've done it in plastic. But
Sorry, what scale? What scale?
1/8.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite a large size, but I've done all the drawings up for it, and I've I've had access to the real car. A mate of mine, it was in Sydney at the time, and a mate of mine went round and measured it all up. I got permission and everything, and it was in a private collection in Sydney, and measured the whole car up and did a lot of work there on the chassis, just measuring, and I've got all the drawings all drawn up now, and I'm just working on the chassis. So I've got that made, but I've done it in plastic. But now I've done it, I'm looking at it thinking this needs to be in brass. But yeah, I'm going to do it in brass. So I've got the jig and everything made up to hold everything together, which is the most complex part of the whole thing. It's it's easy with plastic because you just glue bits together, but brass is a whole lot different. You've got to when you're soldering all these different joining points. You can imagine with a chassis, it's a tubular chassis. So and all these little points all meet together. You've got to get the solder to hold everything at the same time. And you got to get your main structure, your main tubular points. Like your structural points. You've got to solder them first, and then you've got to put your smaller pieces in afterwards. But once you heat up those areas again, the solder melts.
Yes.
So you've got to use different temperature solders and all that sort of thing. So I think I'll do it again in brass, but like I said, without going on too much about it, I've done it in plastic. So it looks all right, but I'm just not happy with it. So I'm going to do it in brass. But yeah, that's my next project. That's what I'm working on at the moment.
How long before we see that? It's not going to be another 30 years.
Yeah, it won't be in Canberra next year. That's for sure.
Well, make sure you document it like very, nicely next time.
Yep.
Yeah, go crazy with
I would suggest you get one of those simple those little boxes that you can photograph. They're used for photographing like little products and jewelry and stuff, because they can just fold up and go away.
A little photo tent.
Yeah, one of those little ones. Yeah, they're like 40 by 40 by 40 centimeters or something like that, and you can it's good for just you put your thing in there, you take a photo, and then you're back to building.
Yeah. Problem is I don't have any expensive photographic equipment at all. All I've got is my iPhone, pretty much.
Yeah,
and,
that's enough. I mean, that and enough. Just make sure it's on like this nice sort of clean backdrop. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. And I'll probably share some photos on on your bench page.
Please do, and I'm sure it's going to attract a lot of interest. It's a sensational build. I know that you're a very humble guy, and when we spoke offline, you're a bit worried about coming on the show and talking, but you've done really well, Sean.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
And we certainly look forward to seeing you and some of the other projects, if not online, certainly in real life at future events.
Yeah, definitely, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll be back to Canberra. It was a fantastic show. I've never been to a show like it. It's unbelievable. The people are so friendly. It's a great show.
Well, they do call themselves Australia's friendliest model show. So
yeah, they do.
Yeah, right. I'll be there again for sure. But
looking forward to it, mate.
All right, Sean. Thanks for being very much. Before we let you go, is there anywhere else where people can find your stuff? Do you have a Facebook page or anything like that?
I've just gone back onto Facebook again, rejoined. I left Facebook for quite a while, and I'm back on there again. But it's just Sean Morgan, SeanMorgan, if people want to search for me.
All right.
And I'm just slowly going to start putting photos back up. I'm just going to do progress photos, and I might just sort of build up the page a little bit, and just I don't want to put all my boring life stuff on there. I'll just put.
You just want a separate page just for modelling.
Yeah, just put your modelling stuff on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the private stuff for another page.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. I'm not big on putting.
No, me neither.
The world doesn't need to know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
All right. Well, sunny Mildura. It looks like you're in for a good summer. It looks like it's a good day up there, because it's certainly a good day down here.
Yeah.
I know Mildura very well because I've been up there for some storms and floods, so I know the place a bit more than I should. Thanks very much for being on the show.
Yes.
And we'll look forward to talking to and catching up with you again in the future.
Thanks for having me.
No worries, mate.
No worries, mate. Catch you later.
Really, really great. Thank you.
Well, gents, that was an awesome interview with Sean.
Yeah, such a humble guy.
Oh, I'm very talented as well.
He's not wrong.
Oh, God, I wish I
Can't wait to see some more of these in-shot builds, like in progress builds. 'Cause that
30
really,
years to build it, though.
yeah.
Well, it's.
It's sat on the shelf for Doom for a while.
Yeah, I know. Anyhow.
Yes, but it was a great interview. He's great fella. I'm looking forward to seeing in hopefully the next few years he's Brabham.
Yes, yeah.
That'll look
yeah,
spectacular on such a big scale too.
Fantastic.
Well, it's double the wheels, you know.
Yeah, and more than double the cylinders too.
Yes. So it might take him a while.
Well, he's not going to be able to do the rubber the same way because there's such fat tyres on the Formula One.
Yeah, that's
There's slicks.
the other thing. Like the tires on the bike is mostly like just sort of vertical.
Yeah.
But he's done
lines.
such a good job on them that you think them that you look at it and you
I
think
could
they're
swear
made.
they're rubber.
I thought they were rubber.
I thought
I
they
did
were
not
rubber.
think they were acrylic.
Yeah,
I thought
I
they
was
were
like-
rubber. He's
yeah.
got the colour down pat.
And with the Brabham era, they're not slicks, are they?
Yes, they are. Yes.
I think in those days they still had tread on them,
Still a
didn't
bit
they?
of tread
Really?
on them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would have had a bit of tread on them back then.
I don't think so. They only do tread because if you have tread on it, the tyres would be wrecked after about 10 laps.
Well, if need be, I guess.
Yeah. All right, we'll have a look. Let's, no doubt somebody will write in or you guys will have a look. All right, gents. So that's it for the show. Anything else we've missed or somebody we should have insulted and we haven't? Or
No, not really. No.
Okay.
Mind you, I'll probably think about it later tonight. But at the moment, no. At the moment, no.
There you go, Dave.
Well, okay. Well, there you go. Stand corrected. There were.
And that's not a tread you can easily make yourself.
No, that's not.
No, not at all.
There you go.
All right. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Been great having you on the show and joining us. We'll be back in a fortnight. We've shifted our fortnight slightly just to make things a bit easier as we came up towards the end of the year.
Yep.
So you've been lucky enough to have sort of 2 episodes drop in a week. So, but that puts
There's
us
going to be 3 episodes in a row now.
on to. Oh no, we're not recording next fortnight.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
We're recording next fortnight, not next week.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's all good. I think. I don't know. I'll figure it out as I'm going along.
Yeah, that's right. We'll figure it out. We'll get there.
All right, let's sign off.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, Julian, please, come on. It's been
What do you want me to do?
episode 226, and you still haven't got it sorted out yet. You're lucky that I'm not like Rob Riven and really lay into you.
What do you mean?
Have you heard Rob how rude he is to his?
You know, actually, I have. So on the way back from ACT in that long 8-hour drive, Mike, who was driving, he put on the Rob Riv rant about don't touch the models.
And you had a good point.
He is very good at riling you up and going, yeah, that's it, don't touch the bloody models.
It's good to see that the organisers have taken that on board.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Into it.
And Rob was quite right in what he said. I don't see any need to be lifting models up in the air, looking at them because...
No, he really is the guy that says the things that need to be said, I think.
Yeah.
All right, I'm off.
You're off. All right, so am I.
Bye,
all right, guys,
everyone.
See you in a fortnight. Thanks for joining us on the show. And don't forget, there are a whole host of other wonderful modelling podcasts for you to listen to. These are all aggregated at one site called modelpodcasts.com. So just go there and check out all the other wonderful modelling podcasts that are available for your listening pleasure. Thanks very much, and we'll be back in a fortnight.